Senior Bishop Eric Matsumoto, the Principal Mr. Piper Turama, and Blaine Higa, and other dignitary or representative of the Reverend of the Church, the Temple. We all have a purpose to come to this Word, and some of the major goals of everyone's lives are to know yourself and the Word, to learn and develop skills, to educate others, and to remove pain and suffering, and to love and serve others unconditionally. When we have a great intention to serve others, God comes in different forms and you achieve success in your goals. Gautama Buddha was a prince, but he did not like to live a luxurious life. He was always curious to observe and know about the ordinary life of the people of his kingdom. So one night, he left his palace and traveled around the country as a beggar, and learned that human life is full of suffering, such as aging, pain and sickness, disease and death. He wanted to find answers from the universe to reduce pain and suffering on the earth, so we could experience heaven on earth. He meditated day and night and attained enlightenment. He taught us the Eightfold Path so we can liberate ourselves from pain and suffering and live a simple, peaceful, and beautiful life on earth. Mahatma Gandhi was also an ordinary man, but when he witnessed that Britishers are abusing their powers and discriminating with blacks and Indians in South Africa and in India, he stood up and fought for human rights and removed British Empire from India in 1947 without using a weapon or an army. The difference between Gandhi and Hitler was that Gandhi used his soul consciousness to remove pain and suffering of others, and Hitler used his ego consciousness, abused his power, and he tortured others. Mahatma Gandhi followed up Buddha's teachings and methods of nonviolence, and he became immortal. There might be slow progress in following Buddha's teaching or Gandhian methods, but ultimately there will be success at the end. Martin Luther King also followed his methods and fulfilled his dreams to create racial equality, justice, and freedom in America. People in the Middle East are also achieving their freedom by following Mahatma Gandhi's teachings. We are all mortals. People come and go from this world, but the teaching of the spiritual masters and social leaders remain immortal. We also can make a difference in our world if we follow the teachings of our leaders, practice and implement in our lives. We come from nature and go back to nature when we die. We don't bring anything to this world, and we don't take back anything from this world. The only thing goes with us is our karma. Karma means that every action of us has equal and opposite reaction. Every single action is being recorded in our black box, which psychologists call subconscious and unconscious mind. And based on that, we take birth and rebirth and return to this world. What you sow today, so shall you reap tomorrow. There are three major debts in our life which all need to pay during our lifetime, and these debts cannot be paid by money or gift, only by gratitude. The first major debt is toward God, who gave us a human life and a beautiful heart and intelligence. This debt can be paid only by sharing spiritual knowledge and removing darkness with the light of love and wisdom and serving humanity. The second debt is debt to our parents, who gave us birth and raised us to this level in our life. And that debt can be paid only by serving them in old age. The third major debt is to our teachers and principals and masters, who gave us knowledge. This debt can be paid only by respecting them and sharing their teachings and practicing them throughout our life. You are the reflection of your parents. You are the product of your childhood. And what your deeds are, so is your destiny. Be the creator of your own destiny by doing the right things in life. If you read about the life of Buddhist spiritual leaders and masters, they all have one common thing. They have a very beautiful parents, very nurturing environment, and they receive a lot of love, care, and attention from their parents and grandparents. They also received good education, and they were guided and inspired by their good teachers and principals to become good leader or role model during their lifetime or youth period. And when those people became leaders, they came back to the community. The way a tree is hidden in the seed, in the same way, your future is hidden in your present. Whatever hard work you will do today to achieve your goals, you will reap the same fruits of success in the future. Some of you become my computer programmer, engineer, teachers, social leaders, government CEOs. And whenever you give up your bad habits and change it with good habits, you cultivate good energy or awareness within you. You all have potential and power to do something meaningful like Buddha, Jesus, Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Su Hui-Ang, and Mother Teresa. Parents, teachers, and social leaders need to cultivate the seeds of love, compassion, humility, truth, and kindness among youths, and need to teach them to accept those who are different. We are not known by our color, possessions, and power, but we are known by our good character, good attitude, and good deeds for humanity. The purpose of our life is not just eating, sleeping, mating, and dying. Even animals do that. Only difference between us and animal is that God has given us wisdom, and we need to use it every moment in our daily life. And do the right things, which Hawaiian call it pono. Every act of kindness brings us more goodness and joy in our life, and we know the purpose of our existence, and we become closer to our Creator. Serving human means serving God. In India, the Master says, God is love, and love is God. The violence among youths and schools have increased in the past 10 years in America. The causes of violence are ego, anger, greed, hate, jealousy, use of illicit drugs and alcohol, and misuse of weapons, competition, and absence of love. We make friends and enemies the way we behave with others. Non-violence is opposite than violence. Non-violence means do not harm others in your thoughts, words, and actions. The real word for non-violence is love. But for centuries, people have just used the word non-violence, it's opposite of violence, but the true meaning or true word is love. Violence does not Buddha said, violence does not cease violence. It can be seized with love, respect, trust, understanding, compassion, and forgiveness. If human mind creates conflict, it also creates peace. The darkness cannot exist where there is light. Be like a lotus flower, which grows in murky water, but still remains untouched by the mud and dirty water around it, and it grows beautifully upward. In the same way, we all need to grow with higher awareness, love, and compassion to remove violence from our environment and create peace and harmony in the world. Gandhi said, the weapons are not good at all, but a weapon is not dangerous itself. But when it goes into wrong hand, then the intention of angry person changes, then it becomes very dangerous. It takes away precious lives from us. You may have heard the recent news in Florida. Trevor Martin was recently died, and 10 other students died in college in California, all because of they had weapons in their hand. Raising awareness toward gun control is important in America to prevent violence in any form at home, school, workplace, and in our society. Human beings commit more crime when they use drugs and weapons they were rejected or abused by others during their early childhood, and they suppress their emotions and never receive the treatment from mental health professionals or counseling from their parents, spiritual masters, or other mental health professionals. Peace is not absence of noise, anger, violence, or war. Peace is an internal experience when you learn to control your instincts, mind and senses, impulses, and find peace through your introspection and meditation. Then you will be able to create peace within your family, school, work, peers, and society. The way charity begins from home, in the same way peace begins within you, and it spreads to the world. You are the future of tomorrow, so I encourage all of you to become a good student, respect your teacher, and become a global citizen. To spread spiritual awareness, peace, and non-violence, so the future generation will have a better and safe place to live on earth. Gandhi said, "Be a change